Techies, and Core. Earth Spirit again.
Yes.
Execration versus Liquid. Liquid with a 1-0 lead thus far. Execration, unfortunately for them, even though that game was epic and...
Oh boy.
We're going to have to hold that thought. The sticky bomb already placed. Mickey is going to get frostbit onto the tier 1 tower. Do they have the damage to finish him off? No, they do not. If Troll had a 1 damage increase in that last patch, that would have been a kill. But instead, they just added the 1 line about battle trance.
30 seconds to battle.
Anyway, I thought the Earth Spirit looked good last game.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's definitely a different take, right?
Yep.
We'll see if he does the exact same thing, which is the Vanguard and then disassemble to Octarine, but...
It was definitely a positive surprise for me how much Tino did in that game. I mean, I know they didn't win, but I think the Earth Spirit looked pretty impactful overall. I think they had other problems in that game that were bigger.
Oh, Palos, he's going to take some damage here.
Yeah,
He's going to take a juicy amount of damage.
2 hits.
Yeah, Mirana hits very juicily.
4 hits.
Oh, sticky bomb being set up by the Frostbite. Nisha. He's already at half health and going to lane on half HP. Maybe not what he would have wanted. We'll see how fast he takes that Dragon's Blood. Palos.
I'm going to say something that you would have never thought I would ever say.
Okay.
I think Techies is a good pick this game.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, if you said that for the old... How about this? I wouldn't expect you to say that Techies is a good design.
Oh, that's fair.
That would be shocking.
It's always a polarizing hero. I think the new version is a lot more fun to watch and to play with and against, personally. I know some people miss the old one.
Is this a try-v-try? Am I...
for now.
We transported to another time, another era of Dota.
I think Jenkins and Sheep kind of hit the nail on the head of why this hero is good this game. You have multiple setups. What you were lacking was significant burst damage. I think that is a key way of beating out lineups with like IO plus Dragon Knight, like these tanky sustain lineups, is either you get healing reduction or you just flat out blast them. And they have tons of burst damage. With Techies, with Storm, with Earth Spirit casting all his spells in succession, they can blast the IO immediately and take the fight from there. So,
yeah. And Blast Off, as we've already established, is a stun by default now, which is a huge change for Techies.
Yep, doesn't silence any longer though.
Right. Silence was very long, but you'd still rather just have the stun, I think.
It also just felt a little weird, didn't it? Like, just conceptually, you're jumping in a big explosion, and they get silenced.
That's right.
That seemed a little weird, didn't it?
It is a bit weird, but sometimes as a game designer, you have to make these weird decisions for balance reasons. And
Insania is insanely dead.
Yes, the root onto Zai.
Zai is insanely 8 sticks.
Yeah, he does have sticks. That's true. He's fine. Nisha in the mid lane, 8-0 versus the 11-3 Bob Storm Spirit. This is a tried and true lane, I guess. We've seen that matchup a decent amount. Neither really get the kill on the other, I feel like, in most cases, but...
Yeah, it's pretty chill. You usually pick Dragon Knight as a counter to Storm because of the instant stun later in the game, but as far as the lane goes, this is a fine matchup for Storm. He's just gonna, see us pretty freely. Get some denies here and there, and yeah, Nisha off to a pretty rough start here.
Yeah, not the best. Mickey's gonna dodge the roll. Sticky bomb applied to Boxy instead, but Mickey is the one that's taking the brunt of the damage. Blast off, stun. Shanks will die, though. And Tino, I don't think he's going to be able to find any kind of kill here for himself.
He has a kick now. That was going to be pretty close, actually, but... All right.
Going for it, all right. And, okay.
That's a gamer move right there.
Wow. What a boss. Man, Io sure looks different on that cosmetic. I'll tell you what. The silhouette is just not there. But I like it. Probably cost a pretty penny.
Yep.
Bob's going to get the Electric Vortex. A lot of magic damage to Nisha. Damage is now lowered thanks to that Breathe Fire.
And Tino, bottom lane, after getting that kill, gets his hands on the first Healing Lotus, which is very important in this lane because it's an IO lane. So if that goes to the IO team, they have a huge burst of healing. But now Earth Spirit can go for aggressive play spot instead with that in hand. So very nice for him. On the flip side, or on the other side of the map rather, Zai will get the first one for Team Liquid. Bob is relentless here.
He's getting pressured so hard right now. Essentially a 6 CS lead for Bob at the moment. And, I mean, what do you think of Luna? I mean, not a hero we're seeing too often right now. Obviously an old school IO combo, but in this patch...
Oh, Palos versus
Zai.
Zai.
Okay. Palos. Thought he was going to be the one doing the brunt of the damage, but instead it's the other way around.
Oh,
Zai,
nice arrow.
Oh my goodness. They don't lose anybody.
Yep,
That
that's
is
that.
rough stuff for Execration in that top lane.
There it is. That's the Lotus, baby. That's literally the play. If he doesn't have the Lotus, those kills go the way of Execration. Don't underestimate the value of getting the first Lotus in these side lanes. Just massive for Team Liquid up there. About Luna, she is obviously... There's a couple of things that prompt Liquid to pick it here. You have the IO, which is this is a classic pairing. They farm really fast. You give Luna the move speed and you move around, just farm ancient camps, etc., etc. But you're also playing it together with Dragon Knight, Beastmaster, two other cores that like grouping up, like 5-manning and pushing towers. And Luna historically was very good at this because of Lunar Blessing, but this has been changed now. So I don't actually know if this mindset for it really makes as much sense any longer. You only give your allies half the damage of Lunar Blessing as you did before, or rather you get double, but allies get less, right?
Yeah.
So they went from 28 to 21. So it's still meaningful, I guess, the overall amount allies get, but it is less than it used to be.
Nisha looking a lot healthier now that his Dragon's Blood is level 3. Bottom lane, though, you know, in between both Mikke and Boxy, with Insania not too far behind.
Oh,
But a
that's a
beautiful
good
blast off from Shanks, stunning all three, it looked like. The roll-in not going to connect, but Shanks looks like he will be the sacrifice, but Tino was the one in trouble, so in the end...
Did he just place 2 ops, or is that one of those a sentry?
You tell me.
Oh, it's a sentry. Okay, they looked the same for a moment there. All right.
Good. Thanks for that.
Oh, you're welcome. Happy to help.
Tino.
Yeah. With that Vanguard,
Pressure. I mean, this is the...
pretty safe.
Any IO carry combo is going to be able to do a lot of harassment.
Right,
Speaking of harassment, though,
Giga dead here.
yes, Sticky Bomb goes off, and they're going to try to give the kill to Troll, and then he'll get it successfully. And that's another hero that we have yet to talk about, because we've had the same conversation every single time for the last year about him. We'll just spare the audience.
You're a hater.
For the phase boots into, we'll see. Bob, okay,
Whoa,
gets
he's
stunned up. Arrow
oh,
connects.
No.
That is a big pick off for Liquid.
Boxy just waiting there on the shield rune, steals it away, and they go for the kill. Very nice. Good rotation again from Insania, obviously playing around. Dragon Knight stun with Mirana is a treat. Setting up those free arrows every time. And with that kill, Nisha is now ahead of the Storm. So,
Yep, all it takes is one, huh?
yep. Boxy will... Was that
Deny
on purpose?
himself, I guess.
I'm assuming that was on purpose. I didn't see it in the moment. Get a
Denied
refill.
neutral, so we can just assume.
Mid tower is going to fall here.
Yeah, this is
Execration
really early.
not rotating any defense until it's too late.
Yep,
Very
Siege is there as
surprising.
well. So 7-minute tower, not even able to deny it. Liquid, that's a big pickup.
And Nisha with the eyebrows there, he was like, really? I just got that?
Looks like Nisha is going to opt for the Hand of Midas, so wants to prioritize getting actual farm on DK.
I think it's reasonable in this game. I don't think you have to go for a rushing, aggressive build. You know your lanes went pretty well so far. The enemy team will need build-up time because Troll is a relatively slow carry. He needs to get certain items before he can fight, so your Dragon Knight can progress himself.
And where does he go now? This tower's gone so early. I guess with this next ult, expect Nisha to perhaps go to that top lane and at least do some damage to that tier 1 tower.
Could definitely combo with Beastmaster. Zai is level 6. He's close to Helm of the Dominator. Just needs 700. That would be a nice timing for them.
See Insania making his way to the mid lane. Bob.
Another rune
will be
taken.
stolen.
Another
Arrow
combo.
with the Dragon Tail combo. Storm
Wow.
dead. Blast off a little bit too late. In fact, it might even cost Shanks his life. Attempting to TP out right in the face of danger.
That is
Not gonna happen.
That was so deja vu. That was the literal same play. Storm goes for the rune. It gets stolen by the IO. They Dragon Tail into Arrow and kill him.
Yep.
Literally same play with the same heroes. The only difference was Execration ended up bringing techies, so it got even worse because they lost an extra hero trying to help out.
I think he died last time too there.
Did he actually?
Maybe.
Oh, that's funny.
Maybe I'm just old. An old man, but I think so. We'll just assume I'm correct.
Good early lead here for
Roll in,
Liquid though,
and
2K.
Bertino. Okay, gets off the Magnetize. That's going to do a pretty good amount of damage, and the Storm Spirit has come to play as well. Electric Vortex to stun out Mickey, but the Roar as Zai makes his way over. Earth Spirit dead. Question is, will the other Spirit Brother live? Bob still with some mana. Going to be spotted by the Axes. If they can make him expend all that mana as he tries to retreat. Lucent Beam is there. Obviously, they don't have the stuns to work with. We'll have to expend it all here. Blast off, but he's going to right into Nisha. And that leads to the death of the mid laner again. And if Palos has to come fight, that's usually not a good sign. He's going to pop his ult, try to right-click onto Mickey. Chasing. Frostbite will help him catch up. So a big kill for Execration, try to turn this back around. Nisha getting the Breathe Fire. That's enough mitigation on the attack damage to save Boxy for the time being, but he will end up falling eventually as a roll back in from Tino. He's already respawned after that recent death, and it looks like Zai will be next on the menu. The Moonlight Shadow will give Nisha some cover, but the Sentry is there, and the slow from CM. Sticky Bomb to follow, blast off as well. So Execration, after a horrible start to that little mini engagement, they end up respawning naturally and then crush Liquid.
Was that a 7v5?
Something like that.
Insane. Yeah, that's something this map tends to bring sometimes, is these insane brawls. Roshan is finding himself a new home. Very good.
Boy. Doesn't like the light. Keep him away from the light. We see the replay again. I mean, normally if Troll has to be the one that TPs, it's, you know, if you don't get a couple kills out of it, it's going to be a kind of a big disaster, but he gets more than he bargained for. Synderen.
Yeah, I was just...
You were just blankly I was watching you.
Yeah, so...
Just staring at the screen with your mouth open. Like,
I was trying to make sense of what happened. So I think Boxy was running around with a token, and in the middle of the fight, he chose Seeds of Serenity, so he could place it underneath himself and get the help.
Blast off, Nisha. He's going to get healed up and linked up by Boxy, but the Spirit Vessel preventing a lot of that heal action. And that leads to a beautiful kill from Execration.
Yep, that's that disassemble Vanguard into Ring of Health and Vessel, and now he's going to buy Vanguard again, so he can disassemble it again.
Okay, so he's going to go for the Octarine and all.
Probably.
Like all right. You know, that's what I like to see, is you pick this hero that nobody else has picked, you get a weird item build, and you still have another way to build him the next game. It's not like some cookie cutter thing that you've created. He's very happy.
God, I love shots like this. He's feeling himself. You love to see it.
Yeah, like we said, Execration out, so no pressure. And I mean, this is the time to, we talked about it time and time again with this new patch, but some of these teams just don't adapt as fast as others, but you can use this as a learning experience, because not only will you be able to, you know, play your last matches as if, you know, something is on the line, but you'll be able to practice while everybody else is still playing as well. So a lot of time to play as Bob in the middle. Lots of damage being applied to Nisha. Looks like he's going to drop real nicely. So Execration continuing to kill this mid laner for Liquid.
This Techies.
Yeah, the Techies has looked quite good thus far.
It's been great so far, for sure. Yeah, I think another thing to keep in mind when you're eliminated as a team is that there's still individual investment for each player in looking good, right? Because like if you look at future prospects, like let's say your team makes changes, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But either way, you wanna show your best side to your teammates or to any future teammates. So I still think, even if you're mathematically eliminated, give it your all in the game. You know, show what you're made of, show how good a player you are. There's only downsides to kind of being like, you know, we're out, we're just gonna play half,
right?
Not really give it our all, because
I mean, even when you're fully eliminated, other teams are still looking for scrims the whole tournament.
Yeah, and. So. There's just, like, this is a very competitive environment, Pro Dota is, so you want to make sure to stay on top of your game so that whichever team you're playing for sees your value and appreciates it, because a lot of the time after bad tournaments, teams will make like maybe one roster swap. They will swap out one player who they maybe thought didn't do so well, or the dynamic didn't really work in the team, or whatever it could be. It could be 1,000 things, but, you know, whether you're that player or not, you wanna look good for future things regardless, right?
Yeah.
So. Just makes sense, and so far it looks like Execration's players are having a blast despite being knocked out, and that's just really refreshing to see that they're not, you know, holding their heads in their hands.
Yeah, and like we said, the Earth Spirit has looked good. I'm expecting other teams to potentially pick this up. If that's the thing, though, they have to have a core player that can play Earth Spirit, which maybe not always a thing. And maybe we can see this as a mid lane hero as well, because that used to be a thing way back in the day. And I know, like, for example, from Shopify, Abed used to play this hero a decent amount, I think. Is that right? I think so.
There was a short phase, I think, yeah. There's been a couple of players that have played it. I mean, on Shopify, the player who played it clearly the most is Crit, right? But
Well, yeah, but he's not going to be playing it as a
right.
core.
So, yeah, I do think Core Spirit has a place. And I really like the take on him as an offlaner because of how good the Vanguard disassembles are. I think it's a really clever way of thinking about the hero.
In terms of stats, like you were talking about the last game, his strength gain is absurd. His body, if I were to tier it, would be an A tier, with S tier being the best, of course.
Yeah, just to clarify, when you talk about body, it's you have a different angle on that than most people do. All right, kicked him away a little bit there, but
stunned up. Battle Trance is already applied, and that's going to lead to the death of Mickey.
Such a good body, man. That was just, just went straight in there.
I mean, Luna, if you didn't account for her attack speed, or not attack range, her body would be quite good as well. But the attack range makes her completely garbage.
I've been reading Reddit. I think she is, by the community, considered an S tier body.
Oh, S tier? I see.
Yeah.
Maybe in a different category. I see.
Yeah, Earth Spirit is different, though, so they'll get around. Here comes the
smoke,
roll.
Execration. They run right into Boxy, who not going to be pursued because they see a juicy-ass stack here.
Yep. Okay.
They want to take it.
Arrow's
coming in. Will
perfect.
actually cancel. Nobody tanked that up. And they're going to find the Storm Spirit instead. They actually get the stun.
Wow.
From Nisha. That is actually surprising they wasn't able to dodge that.
I mean, that was pretty insanely greedy, let's be honest. They didn't clear the area for vision. If there's any sort of Radiant wards here, this can just backfire. And guess what? They had two. They had the one on the lower high ground and the one on the higher ground. So they saw the entire area.
Yeah.
And Insania's like, oh, you're going to use your Maiden ult? That means I can hit my arrow on you.
Now we have a roar onto Troll, who, again, does not have his ulti. So this is going to be a very easy kill.
That's a bit of a blunder from Execration. They were in a good spot, got a little bit too greedy, and major punish coming out here from Liquid. 3 kills, they protect their stack. And now they might even find another here. I guess not. Tino should be fine. It's just a Luna and Wisp.
Yeah, we talked about how great his body is. I don't think they're going to be able to... Oh, Bob in the meantime. That's not a good body.
Oh,
okay, nice stun from Shanks. Able to save his Storm Spirit in the end.
He's okay. Didn't get the double Star Storm onto the Storm Spirit, and the mech coming in from Shanks as well. Keeps him safe. That was about as close as you can be to missing an arrow without missing it. That hit the literal outer edge of the hitbox for sure.
I want to talk about who has that? The Solar Crest. We've been seeing it a little bit. It's it's Insania on Mirana.
Yep.
That was changed a decent amount in this last patch. It basically made it stronger in its effect, but it lasted not as long, as we're going to see a nice pick off onto Tino. That was a 4-man gank from Liquid. Nobody can withstand that kind of pressure, I'll tell you that much.
You just
maybe
can't stop talking about it, can you?
Medusa's.
Yeah.
That's one. That one's really good. Snake fetish.
Body so good you can't look away.
Yeah, that's true. That's the lore.
That's literally it. All right. Liquid, gonna start putting some pressure.
Solar Crest, though.
Yeah,
Talk to me as we
I'll
find
never
this
have time
kill
for
here.
anything because we have non-stop fighting. Shanks, all right, it's maybe getting away pretty fast there with the taser.
Keep him alive. Looking for the Lucent Beam is Mickey. Shanks.
Really well played, getting into the edge
ground.
there. Oh, the arrow! Oh, boy!
He's playing a little mini game right now, trying to dodge every Liquid spell. Unfortunately, he didn't take the right path, apparently.
I think Shanks could have not played that any better. The way he walked into the trees to get out of the vision of Luna so he could jump, and then dodging the arrow, just threading right below it.
You're saying that mini game was rigged, and you
It was rigged.
win.
That was an unwinnable game.
Okay.
But he did a very good job at trying to make it look fair.
Okay.
What do I think about Solar Crest? I think it's valuable. I think nowadays, in the right kind of game, especially if you have a good core-to-core matchup where the armor is really the determining factor, such as Luna versus Troll, I think it's a very valuable pickup. The attack speed obviously great too. So, yeah, I don't mind seeing Insania buy it. He was actually buying it a little bit at the end of the previous patch on Heroes Like Undying.
Oh, he must have been real happy to see it buff then.
I thought you were going to say he must have been real desperate for something new.
Well, if he was playing Undying, he would have something new. Grab Ally has been taking this patch by storm.
And he hasn't picked Undying this tournament, has he? Maybe once. I don't know. I haven't seen it much at least.
Yeah, it's been a lot of CM.
Yeah.
And some Enchantress, I think, and obviously Mirana this game. Now, Zai has his helm of the Overlord, and will be going for the pipe. And I mean, is there? I guess there's only really one right clicker in the troll. Like, I'm just wondering.
Pipe is amazing this game.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying pipe's not good, but Crimson just feels like almost every game you just get it on somebody. Is that not the case?
I think in this game, there's a good case for not buying it because Dragon Knight already is fairly tanky in the front line. I don't know if he needs it, and the pipe just counters everything about the dire line against that
kick
troll.
back. They're gonna pop the Moonlight Shadow. Gonna get stunned. The arrow coming in. It's gonna get dodged though. He gets off the roar successfully. Gonna be really fast as Nisha jumps and gets the Dragon Tail again onto Bob, but he's able to zip away.
Carl just walks in and dies to a Thunderhide.
That's a very sad Crystal Maiden indeed. As the Thunderhide will continue to own. Arrow's going to be dodged again. Tino just wants to show that he can roll from one side to the other. Palace and company, I think they're just going to have to back, knowing this is 4v5. Mickey now has BKB to go along with the Dragonlance Yasha.
So yeah, they jump Zai there. He's just stupidly tanky. He gets Moonlight Shadow, he gets Solar Crest, and he has the Cloak. So yeah. It's a lot to chew through for the Dire Heroes when Magic Resistance starts playing a bigger role in the game. That's the one downside their lineup has is, sure, in the first 15-20 minutes you're doing a ton, but as heroes start scaling, you'll probably struggle to keep outputting as much as you need to, with the exception of Palos, who is obviously very, very farmed and has a pretty good core-to-core matchup against Luna. The problem is you're against Roar, which is one of the best abilities in Dota against Troll. Just hold him in place when he ults, disengage, and then kill him after. And as soon as his ulti ends or BKB ends, you have Dragon Tail, which is incredible. Strong single target stuns really get the job done against this guy.
Yeah.
And if everybody else survives with a pipe and mech, then, you know, it's just a matter of time before the fights become harder and harder for Execration. So really got to make sure that you set up Palos for a good fight. Maybe force out the Roar on another hero. Maybe kill the Beastmaster if you're somehow able to. Could be the recipe to getting into a good spot.
Liquid are smoked up, and I'm not sure if they're aware that Execration's actually on the south side of this lane. They're set up to go.
Oh, a little bit of a
They
blow
see
up.
the traps. Okay. Oh, they spot the troll. They jump in the Dragon Tail. Buddy pops the BKB and the Battle Trance, but he's just going to get kited as trolls do. He's going to go right into the frame, just drop dead of his own accord. Freezing Field instantly canceled and brought down, so CM will drop shortly after. It's a 2-for-1 to start this fight. Zai, nice dodge from Bob on the axes, but he's out of mana.
He's dry. He's dead.
And he might be in some trouble. Lucent Beam connects, and the Breathe Fire finishes him off. And Tino still has more rolls to go, so he's fine.
Okay.
3-1 for Liquid.
Yep. That's Troll in a nutshell against Beastmaster right there. Has to pop everything, gets roared, and then his ulti expires and he dies. It's really a matter of information here for Execration. If they take a fight where they initiate and Troll gets to run in, Roar is maybe used or you're in a better position, whatever it is. But if your Troll just gets jumped first and you're playing without a save, he doesn't get to play the game at all. He's your top net worth hero, you've invested a lot into him. He got nothing done that fight. Did like 600 measly damage or something. So, did the same damage as Io that fight.
Well, why does that damage become measly? Just because it's low, Cinder?
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Am I using the
All
wording
damage
correctly?
is created equal.
Oh.
I'll just say that. BKB now online for Nisha, and Mickey is just a couple hundred away, I believe, from the Manta style. So that's going to be some nice power spikes to go along with the Aegis they now have. So expect these outer towers for Execration to get demolished, especially in that bot lane, as it's where 2 out of the 3 outer towers still exist. And after the Octarine, Fortino.
Securing up Wraithman.
Yeah, Wraithman, very important. Need to get that armor.
That's pretty random. He already has a circlet. Why does he want to buy a full Wraithman?
It has gauntlets and circlet, so it should be a bracer in theory.
Yeah. Well, I think the armor is probably better for it. It's absolutely better EHP-wise. It's just, yeah, weird that his quick buy would have the circlet included when he already has one. So, does he have anything dead on the courier? No, he's just sending out one now. Okay. So,
Liquid are smoked up. They're going to run right into Shanks. Instant Dragon Tail. Not so instant death, but death nonetheless. As Mickey was just pounding on the tier 1. And the recipe for Manta is just being delivered now. Execration do get something as Nisha's going to pop his dragon form and go for the troll, as we're going to see the relocate as Carlo, he gets off the freezing field but dies shortly after. Perhaps using that to try to buy some space for Palos, but he might just get run down here. Yeah, there's another Dragon Tail. The jump in from Tino. He gets off the Magnetize, but it's not going to save the Troll Warlord, who couldn't even get off his ult, and they still had Roar to expend. So 2 cores dead for Execration.
Yeah, they're getting
Liquid
bodied.
looking good.
Yeah, this is a solid game right now coming out from them. There hasn't really been much going the way of Execration for the last 5 minutes. It's just Liquid all over the place, killing heroes, using relocate, setting up things with stuns into arrows.
Oh, they're going to get the Storm in live as well. They followed him in the gate, and another arrow combo. Yikes. Liquid rolling over Execration in this game number 2.
I wonder how many Dragon Tail into arrow combos we've had in this game. It feels like 7 or 8 at this point.
Yeah, just quite a bit.
Insania and Nisha just completely destroying the map. Storm is being highlighted here by the observer. 0 and 6. That is very unusual on this patch.
Just get the enemy Tormentor.
Yep.
Arrow. Okay.
Did nothing.
Make sure to stun that building. And will it be contested? You can see damage being taken by Shanks, but yeah, Boxy will get the shard. They're going to get the CM as well.
This game is not looking like it's going to last an hour, but and there was the last one. Let's see if Execration can pull off some heroic defense with Earth Spirit.
They do have Troll Warlord, as we've talked about in the past, Cinderin.
AK is so strong. Ooh.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah, there we go. Flexing.
Onto the high ground, Liquid goes. You see the minefield sign. I don't believe he has an Aghanim Scepter on Techies, so it's just cosmetic at this stage. Only gotten to see that once, I think, in our cast, and it was, I think, 1 usage. It's a jump in onto the Techies.
Again.
Yep, Carlo taking a lot of right-click damage. They get the Techies pretty easily, and then CM shortly after, and this is going to be a full set of racks. No supports for Execration for 30 seconds.
Next lane.
Indeed, and of course, we've seen it time and time again. When a Luna is able to get this tower down, these barracks melt. They might have to just give up this second set. As Pal is taking some side damage here from the glaives.
Okay.
2 sets of racks for Liquid just like that. That's off of no core kills either. That was just the 2 supports. But Execration obviously knowing that they just can't fight.
Liquid just going to go for the killing blow here, or are they going to wait for another item is the question. They have a wave to push out here top. It's going to be a little while before they get creeps there. But
yeah, they could go for their Tormentor if they want. Still available with the Wisdom Rune not too far behind.
Oh, there's almost going to be 2 Wisdom Runes there. Another one spawning in a minute. They haven't been to that area of the map for 6 minutes now.
Yes. That's what happens when you're owning.
Yeah, then you're just not playing in your own side. It's very true.
Well, I forgot they changed IO Shard. It's overcharged now. Increases overcharged spell lamp, and IO gains spell lifesteal and can now share spell lifesteal with its tethered target, which with Luna is actually kind of significant.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I thought it was still the stun. Is that the is that a talent? We'll have to hold those horses because Crystal Maiden is in fact dying again.
I think that was completely removed.
Was it completely removed?
Yeah, I don't think IO can ever tether stun anymore.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you. Palace, he's gonna be spotted, and he gets picked.
Okay.
Oh, he's running with no animation at all. That's very
a hero
weird
with
looking.
1 int gain right there. That is that is
true.
lore accurate.
All right, he's TPing to try to fight, but his buildings are just getting decimated.
Sliding his way in.
He is. He gets off the Whirling Axes. The Storm dies instantly, though. Palos pops his BKB and the Battle Trance as well. They're just trying to kite him. He's doing a lot of damage to Zai. That might be the 1 kill they get in this fight. But yeah, the Troll Warlord will die very shortly after. CM looks to be next, and this is going to be mega creeps for Liquid. As they're going to be able to kill this very nice body named Earth Spirit. GG.